Fernandes!
Early beginnings in Portugal and Italy. Bruno Fernandes' journey didn't start at Old Trafford. Born in Maia, Portugal, his path began at Infesta and Boavista before making a bold move to Italy. In August 2012, he signed his first senior deal with Novara. Adapting to a new culture was tough, but Bruno broke into the first team during the 2012-13 season, scoring 4 goals in 23 appearances. His talent was spotted by giants like Inter Milan and Juventus, but instead of going to a big-name club, he chose Udinese in 2013, where he would get the minutes he needed to develop. By 2017, after spells at Udinese and Sampdoria, Sporting CP brought him back home for €8.5 million. And that's where the real story began. Sporting CP, the rise of a star. Bruno instantly became Sporting's heartbeat. He scored 16 goals in his debut season, won Player of the Year, and then followed it up with a record-breaking 33-goal campaign, the highest ever for a Portuguese midfielder. Back-to-back awards turned him into one of Europe's most wanted players. By January 2020, his value had hit €60 million, and Manchester United made their move. Manchester United arrival. On January 29, 2020, Bruno joined Manchester United and immediately transformed the team. Within weeks, he was scoring, assisting, and winning Premier League Player of the Month. Despite playing only half a season, he was voted United's Player of the Year, a sign of just how much he lifted the club at its lowest point. From that moment, Bruno wasn't just a player. He was United's main man. The captain's armband. In 2023, after Harry Maguire was stripped of the captaincy, the armband was handed to Fernandes. Since then, he has scored 74 goals and provided 62 assists in 226 appearances. Elite numbers for a midfielder. But with the captaincy came scrutiny. Bruno's gestures, his shouting at teammates, his endless moaning at referees, everything was magnified. And as Manchester United transitioned into the Rúben Amorim era, that spotlight only grew harsher. Bruno under Amorim, a new struggle. Amorim arrived with a clear philosophy: high intensity, structure, and collective discipline. But Bruno Fernandes, United's talisman for 4 years, hasn't always fit seamlessly into the new system. We've already seen it this season. In games where Amorim benched Bruno, like against Fulham and Grimsby, Fernandes looked visibly frustrated. Cameras caught him on the bench, arms folded, shaking his head. A captain struggling to come to terms with reduced influence. When he does play, the old criticisms return. Yes, he creates chances, but he also loses possession trying risky passes. Under Amorim's structured style, that's costly. Against Brighton earlier this season, for example, Bruno lost the ball 17 times and completed just 73% of his passes. Fans pounced on the performance, claiming his style doesn't fit Amorim's system. And this is where the divide grows. Some argue Bruno should be Amorim's focal point, while others say he's a liability in a system built on control. So, why the hate? Why is Bruno Fernandes so heavily criticized? 3 main reasons. Number 1, leadership style. Compared to United legends like Roy Keane or Nemanja Vidic, Bruno doesn't always look like a fighter. His constant complaining makes fans question his mentality. Number 2, inconsistency in big games. Matches this season have shown both sides of Bruno. Moments of genius, but also wasteful spells where he looks frustrated and disconnected. And number 3, the moaner reputation. Rival fans and pundits mock him for diving, arguing with refs, and his emotional outbursts. Once the media labels you, it sticks. But the other side of Bruno Fernandes. Here's what the critics often ignore: his availability and commitment. Bruno has played almost every single minute for United since arriving in 2020. This season alone, he's already completed more 90-minute matches than any other outfield player. In over 4 years at the club, he has missed just one game through illness, not injury. That's unheard of at the elite level. His durability and dedication to United are almost superhuman. Of course fatigue affects him. No player can play at their peak every 3 days without a dip. But his willingness to keep going sets him apart. So, should Bruno Fernandes be respected more? So should Bruno Fernandes still be captain under Amorim? That's debatable. Amorim may prefer a calmer leader who fits his tactical discipline. But should Bruno be disrespected the way he is? Absolutely not. He's been United's most consistent performer since 2020, breaking records, dragging the team through their darkest seasons, and showing unmatched loyalty. Love him or hate him, Fernandes is the embodiment of passion, and if he stays for a few more years, he'll almost certainly go down as one of United's greatest midfielders of the modern era. Closing thoughts. Bruno Fernandes is a paradox. A creative genius and a frustrated captain. A record breaker who sometimes looks out of place. A player critics mock, but whose numbers rival legends. Under Rúben Amorim, his future is uncertain. Will he adapt and thrive, or will Amorim's system push him out of the spotlight? One thing is clear, Manchester United without Bruno Fernandes would not be the same club we see today.